And welcome to another episode with the Lords of Lobang.
Lots of Lobang.
Lots of Lobang.
Lots of Lobang.
I feel like we should be doing it more mainstream kind, like like more like welcome, but I think
It's okay lah. I pronounce lots of Lobang when I have something in my mouth.
I've got
It's usually something circular.
Yeah, when I'm juggling balls in my mouth.
maybe I'm
Yeah.
just nervous when this is near my mouth.
Yeah, this reminds me of last Thursday.
Welcome to Lords of Lobang.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We do like .net, then we have our little IG
Sponsored
things here.
by
And then sponsored by
Manscaped.com.
No.
Manscaped.com.
If only we can say something like that, but we need
Yeah.
to do something more Lobang related. So sponsored by
This episode
Mr. Muscle.
Mr.
Ah,
Muscle,
Because
yeah.
it cleans the drains.
cleans.
Semcop as well.
Semcop,
Clean the
yeah.
shit out of your
Yeah,
house.
recycling
Yeah.
shit and giving it back to you.
Recycling shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
giving it. Yeah, increase your prices of
Yeah.
your and energy prices have gone up.
Everything.
Transportation prices are going up for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so we're moving that way already. GST is coming. Rise in cost of transportation is coming. Energy is already up.
Yeah. And they
Uh,
are dangling some a carrot.
Carrot.
the-
The CD.
the-
Some.
Yeah, the 500.
$500.
Apparently, maximum $500
$100
on top of the
CDC.
$200. Yeah,
Yeah,
100
the
CDC.
So they're just dangling this.
Then
there.
vouchers, transportation vouchers.
Right.
All this with the looming, we may have to get you all to wear your mask again because the XBB variant.
Right.
Yeah.
So exciting things to come along. But what's more exciting is the Pfizer revelation. And this one is not extremely big, but it did go viral on, like, for me, it's on TikTok lah.
I think it's on TikTok, it's on
And now everywhere.
Instagram, it's on Twitter.
Because
Most of the people who are talking about it are either American or British,
Yeah.
right? These are the people who are talking about it. I don't see much Europe, like it's from a European committee hearing, right?
Yes.
Right. So
Nothing in
I think
Singapore about it though.
it's a Dutch guy who.
Yeah, because he was asking her if he's asking her that was the vaccine tested to like prevent the spread
Yes.
before release.
Right.
And the lady said no, but not no as in, the kind of, oh no. It's a
Yeah.
no with a laugh. Like no. Like the
No,
So-
and then she went on to like say that, like give reasons why
Yeah.
it wasn't tested in that manner,
Yeah.
because we had to move with the speed of science.
Yeah.
Right.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
So now there's
So-
a different. There's speed of sound, speed of light,
Yeah.
Speed of
science.
science.
which doesn't mean anything.
Speed
It
of my cum ejecting from my
just
penis.
Yeah.
means as the science develops, it's just moving that way,
Yeah.
lah, I guess.
So this is what a committee hearing is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
In the States lah.
No. I think in Europe.
Oh, in Europe.
Yeah.
So
okay.
basically, I think where she was going is that the vaccine was never tested to prevent a spread of the virus.
Right.
And in that part, most other, I think, doctors came out. There was some other thing, doctors verifying that not all vaccines are like tested that way lah, or won't be tested that way.
Mm.
Later on, they were tested to be able to prevent the spread lah. Later on,
Yeah.
I think what the European guy wanted to point to is that the vaccine in many countries was said to, it's the slogan was, do not
Stop
get
the spread.
Do not get.
Yep.
It's not, the vaccine is not just for you. It's for
Everyone else, for your
others, yeah.
community, for your
Yeah.
family and friends.
if
lah.
Pfizer released it before testing it for that, then that whole thing is false, ma.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
true.
Before, as in, we get the everyone gets like, not all vaccines are okay. Maybe I don't know how that works lah, but like maybe it's meant to prevent you from getting very sick. That's what it was supposed to be for lah. But the way it was sold to everyone else, maybe that was just.
Yeah.
No, that's why that's why people are taking issue lah.
in history, it
Right.
has never worked, lah. And the historical record is pretty clear that it shows that vaccines are usually created, or they usually come up when the disease that was riddling the people has already subsided significantly.
Right.
The prime example is polio. And eventually polio was shown to be caused by DDT poisoning, the pesticides that were being used
Oh,
on
shit.
crops.
I was thinking
Right.
about the wrestling.
The
move.
wrestling move, yeah.
Damn.
So strawberry fields,
Yeah.
apple plantations and all were being sprayed with DDT.
Right. Right.
And that substance was also like promoted, saying that it's good, like, your pregnant woman, you can be exposed to it and all this kind of shit. Like, no problem. Very, very safe.
Mm.
And then eventually it was found out that it's so fucking toxic.
Right.
It eventually leads to a medical condition which
You
has
can't
been
walk.
defined as polio.
Right. Right.
Right? So once that was eradicated, the use of DDT was eradicated,
Mm.
the number of people who were affected by polio drastically
Decrease. Right.
decreased.
Yeah.
Right? And then the next level, it would be like, yeah, there will be people who are born, like newborn kids who are affected by the chemical and they might be born with polio.
Mm.
But after that, like the half-life of it, like it just fades away, right?
Yeah.
And then it slowly decreases. Eventually, it becomes minuscule.
Mm.
And then at one point in this timeline, the vaccine is introduced,
Right.
right? And the reduction in the number of cases is attributed to the vaccine.
Right. It's a
when it was meant to be
yeah.
attributed to the substance being banned.
Right. Right. It's you're weaving a story based on how you want to tell a lie, lah, basically.
Basically,
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to sell a product lah, and this
Yeah.
was the best time to sell it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the opportune moment to sell your.
That's true. But now polio in the first world country, you don't hear about it
No,
anymore.
it's
It's
Yeah,
gone.
it's gone
Yeah.
lah.
It's gone. But
Unless we bring back DDTs lor. Like unless the doctor DDTs the
Agent
one.
Orange. Here comes
Yeah.
Agent Orange.
But that is the same thing for every vaccine.
Right.
Why do we still get fucking measles vaccines?
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
All those, like most of the vaccines now, you might, your parents might have experienced this. The government sent a letter saying that please get your flu vaccine, like whole, like 3 or 4 vaccines,
Right.
and the government is subsidizing it, but you still have to pay for it, but the government is subsidizing it.
Yeah. I've never taken any influenza shots
Yeah.
in my life. Yeah.
I get
And
mine.
I don't
I
intend
get
to. as
mine
well.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Good one.
I just wanted to do that.
Good
Yeah.
one.
Just wanted
It
to
was
do
there. It was there.
It was there for the
that.
taking.
I just needed
It's a,
to.
Yeah.
it's a low hanging fruit. You swing for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Might as well.
But this whole shit about like this Pfizer,
Yeah.
the rep coming out and saying that no, we didn't test for it, but this is why, this whole shit, right, is like a distraction from the main point. If you're going to be arguing about this, right, like you already alluded to like where the argument would go, where people will come out and say that no, they didn't test it then, but then they tested it after that already.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. lah.
Something like that. Then
Yeah.
the whole argument will just keep on going. Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that these politicians followed, like they lied to us.
Mm.
And then the politicians said, but it still defeats or stops transmission according to this study after that one. So we technically didn't lie. So it's just going to go in a loop,
Yeah.
Right.
right? But the main thing is that there's no evidence for the virus.
Mm.
And the people who are trying to get to the heart of this problem, to stop all of this nonsense, like, hey, let's stop this bullshit, because you are perpetually going to say that there's something new, there's something else, there's monkeypox, there's lion pox or whatever fuck shit.
We're not hearing anything about monkeypox now.
Yeah. It just
So-
kind of died. It kind of died out,
Kind
right?
of died, right? Now got new
Yeah.
variant, this one monkeypox disappear.
Yeah.
Monkeypox gone.
So like what the fuck? You are using diseases, so-called diseases, whenever you want. At
Right.
your own whim, right? You want to heighten fear
I mean,
amongst
we don't-
people,
yeah lah.
you're doing it.
Right.
Either that or we suddenly become homophobic like, and just turn everyone that has a little bit of history of not being straight not allowed into the country. That's why
No,
monkeypox.
after 377A repeal, right? Monkeypox slowly.
yeah.
It should be creeping back up, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be.
Technically, it should,
It should be back with the
skyrocketing
vengeance.
because
Yeah.
they must have been celebrating the repeal, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But what happened to it?
Yeah.
No picture, no sound,
Probably
right?
condoms lah. Probably condoms. Condoms were probably prevented.
No, there's no disease called
Yeah.
monkeypox. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking story.
Yeah.
There's no isolation. There's no proper characterization. It's just a computer made up fucking thing.
Mm.
And when you go in and when people, serious scientists ask for, what's your process? Where are the methods? Oh, you didn't follow the scientific method. You didn't have a controlled experiment. Oh, this
Yes.
one we cannot reply to you.
Here's 50K. Shut the
It's
fuck
already
up.
established.
Right. Right.
Already established. You don't ask all these questions. Then you are not even following the scientific method.
Mm.
Now scientists or scientific organizations are behaving like religious organizations.
Right. Trust me.
Trust me.
Just believe in what I say.
Believe in what
It's
I
the
say.
right thing.
These are our tenants. You follow our tenants.
Right. Yeah.
If you question me, I'll say that you're anti-God. That was last time.
Yeah. And
You're a witch. Now you question, you're anti-science.
yeah. And then instead of paying tithe
Science.
and offerings, you have to buy medication,
Yes.
vaccines and pills and all that shit lah.
Or
Yes.
inadvertently, you're buying them. Your
Mm.
tax money is going to all of these vaccines and medication and all this kind of shit. Right?
That's so true.
Free masks. Where got free? Who's giving the free masks?
There's no such thing as free lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was giving away the free sanitizers? Temasek Foundation, what? Where they get money from?
For the GIC.
Right?
Yeah.
They invested our money.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? They are currently investing our money.
But the argument is like, yeah, we invest your money to keep you safe.
Or where did they get that from? You will never know.
Yeah.
But people believe in that, so what to do?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
And now that I think I sent the link, right? So there's a German engineer who has brought it to court. And it was quite a sneaky way lah, because he wanted to go to court,
Mm-hmm.
but
Right.
there was no way that his case would get listed. It would get like dismissed right at the beginning, right? If he said, I questioned the science behind it and everything, I want to list this as a civil case, it will be thrown out.
Right.
So he purposefully got a fine by
Mm.
not wearing a mask.
Right.
And then he didn't pay the fine. So when it escalated, he went to the court and then he asked for evidence,
Right.
saying that this is the current law that Germany is following.
Yeah.
And the first sentence, the first part of the law is saying that the scientific method has to be followed,
Right.
right? So they use that.
Yeah.
So show us where the scientific method was followed. So now, the Robert Koch Institute and all, they have to show that they have followed the scientific method. If it has not been followed, then all whatever rules and regulations that you came up with after that is unlawful because you didn't follow the first law.
Right.
So it's a smart way.
Yeah.
It's a smart way. But they have already foreseen that, it could be thrown out
Right.
at this level, but then he can now, once he has entered the court system,
Yeah.
now he can go to the higher, you can appeal.
It's like the Amber Heard case lah. You're pulling in evidence where the evidence is false, and then you're claiming that you're abused.
Correct.
Yeah. So you're going after the evidence and not the fact that whether you're abused or not.
Yes, because eventually if the court is going to hear it, right, they have to hear out everyone, right?
Yeah.
And that is when you can produce evidence. You can put evidence into discussion, and then more people should know about it.
Yeah.
People don't know, like Portugal, right? A couple of tourists were made to wear masks. When COVID, like the pandemic just started.
Yep.
So they were like, we don't want to wear masks.
This was back in 2020 lah.
2020,
Right.
right? So they challenged the fines. And when they challenged the fines, right, the court said, what is your argument for challenging the fines? It's like, there's no evidence, what? There's no evidence that this such disease is proven to be true. Your PCR test is not meant to be used for this.
Right.
And the Portuguese court said, it's fair. There's no evidence for it. But the Portuguese government did not even consider this case judgment.
Right.
They just carried on with all their measures like every other country.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a split between judicial and legislative lah.
Yeah, and the judiciary could not do anything because you see, public opinion is swayed towards one side, right? There's something severe. There's something so dangerous. We are trying to protect you. We are trying to protect your lives. We are trying to protect everyone's lives.
Yeah.
Please cooperate with us.
Yeah.
So would you now cooperate with everyone, or would you say that, no, I don't believe that that's true?
Would you want to be the outcast?
Would you want to be the outcast?
Do you want to be the
And also, like,
witch?
During the early days of the pandemic, every day when you turn on the news, you're seeing just numbers. How many people are infected? How many people die?
Yes.
Then if at that point, if you're going to question, you're like, hey, you don't care about these people.
yeah.
Then they start playing a lot of like emotions.
No,
Yeah,
then the
yeah.
immediate question is, then what about all these people who died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it'd be that's the thing. Now
Yeah.
now you're faced with that. It's very real. So because you most likely, I think down the line, you have friend or someone who had relatives die of COVID.
No.
Like no, as in they will tell you that they died.
Diagnosed lah.
And that's the part where you
Oh, I don't know anyone who
Oh, you
died
don't
from
know.
COVID. I don't know.
You don't know.
Right.
I think,
I-
Neither do I am.
is it?
Yeah.
No, I think
I wish some of them died from anything though.
Yeah,
But
I too wish. I wish more people died, but yeah.
just the right ones. Just
I
the
know
right.
I know one person who had a heart attack after taking a vaccine.
Lim Wei Ming, bro. Where's my Lim Wei Ming for that?
For which one?
For you wishing some of your relatives
Oh,
to
no.
die.
Dude, that one I would have to bear the brunt of that.
Oh, okay lah.
Yeah.
Okay lah.
No,
This
because
is-
it's a genuine wish.
you're not even.
Unless Josie didn't have it, was not wishing genuinely. Then if Josie did not wish it genuinely, then I'll give
at
him a
least
Lim Wei Ming.
give him that chance lah.
Yeah, just give a Lim Wei Ming.
Yeah, just give him that
Lim
chance.
Wei Ming.
Yes.
Because death is the easy way out. I want them to be tortured for life.
just when you thought he moved out the race, no, he
Pull you back in.
he pulled himself back in.
Yeah.
With, with more,
thought there was
with more gusto. So I mean, people pulling out everywhere. It's like you were saying you think those COVID deaths were used to like guilt trip the rest of us.
Definitely.
Mm.
Dude, did I share the documentary with you guys? And this was in 2020, yeah, where a nurse,
The military nurse, right?
military nurse,
in New York
right?
City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that lady, right, she still believes that there was like some disease that people were affected by, but it was not so severe that it could eradicate like 1 million people or what. But the treatment that was being given to people was killing them, and the paranoia of people. She said that people were rushing to the hospital, asking, like pleading them to like admit them, saying that I have the flu. I think it might be COVID.
So it's like
Yeah.
So it's
And
like
then they were putting people under ventilators who were not supposed to be under ventilators.
so it's like paranoia,
Yeah.
paranoia coupled with
mass hysteria lah.
No, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
hypochondria,
Fear mongering and mass
worries,
And medical malpractice as well.
And then she started. I think in the documentary she did mention that hospital in particular, was it John Hopkins?
No.
Something else.
Something
right?
else.
You could
yeah.
do you could do what
They were getting paid, dude, to
Every hospital was getting paid.
to include.
39,000 if you put someone on the ventilator.
Yeah, that's mad.
so
per patient, yeah.
That's
That's
the thing.
insane.
That's conflict of interest, right?
Yeah.
now.
Correct.
So the other thing is like it would be fascinating to take the numbers from the last 2 years. Okay, previous numbers for heart attacks, kidney failures, and everything else. People who died from those things. You can take those numbers from 2018, 2019. Then you compare them to 2022. 2020, 2021. Can you imagine if those numbers actually fell?
Yeah.
Or because they were listed under COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
That'll be strange, right? Because
Yeah.
if those numbers fell,
But you know what's the strangest thing? I have not checked the 2021 numbers yet. I went to check the 2020 numbers.
Yeah.
This was when we still had the circuit breaker shit that they started it again. So I went to see whether the numbers are out. And the numbers were out. So for 2020, so ICA does the stats
Yep.
for the people who like pass on births and everything lah. So they categorize like by what disease you passed on and all this kind of shit. COVID-19 had a particular code
Right.
that was given by the WHO. So you want to specify that this person died from COVID-19, you use this code.
Yeah.
So it's universally recognized that, okay, this person died from this. ICA did not have a stat for people who died from COVID. And I think by the end of 2020, right, at least, I'm saying conservatively, I think at least 20 people died in Singapore. The death count was at least 20. It should have made it onto the stats, what?
Yeah.
20 people, significant eh. There was another group, right, only 6.
Right.
I forgot, I think it might have been like some form of pneumonia or something. 6 people.
Yeah.
Where's 6 and where's 20? And something that has shut down your entire country, right? Your
Yeah.
economy and all, should be reflected on your stats, right?
Yeah. Is that's strange actually? That they
It
didn't
is
reflect-
fucking strange as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
because they talk about infection rates every day. Infection rates are going up. You know, like
talking about it again.
what whole HDB block has been quarantined or some shit, like mass testing at like some void deck.
no, that
Yeah.
was the government saying that we tested the fucking the poop. We tested the fucking poop reservoir of this block.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Why weren't they testing every block?
Yeah, that's true.
If it was so effective that you test the poop reservoir of each block and you can get samples and everything,
Yeah.
then test every every block.
Imagine the guy was like,
Poor
fuck
guy.
man, I have to go there and then just dip the poop and then.
Yeah.
No, but who did it? the thing is that who did it? It just came out
Yeah.
the news saying that they did it.
Yeah.
When
I
did they
really
do
hope
it?
someone actually.
Yeah, poop tester. A long ass.
Dude,
You know how they-
any fucking like science student
Yeah.
would say that. How are you going to test that?
a giant
It is
ass-
contaminated with everything.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No, a giant ass cotton bud.
It has everything. It has jizz. It has blood. It has every
Pubic
single
hair.
pubic hair. Everything.
Yeah.
vomit.
Vomit.
It might have dog poop in that. It might have cat poop in that.
Yeah.
Cat piss, dog piss, everything.
Every kind. Of
Every
thing.
kind.
Parrot piss.
So basically,
Yeah.
they will have to strain the poop out and then separate it into its thing. But by
Yeah.
then already, it's all like whatever.
That might be a poop fetish wet dream though.
no lah.
I get
So-
to test all this. Yes.
So what if basically you just took the ART test and then deep inside come out, see whether got any.
And another thing, which is fucking irritating is that the government reporting saying that X number, 12,000, 11,000 numbers, cases. Then you look at their own stats. How many cases were reported via PCR?
Mm.
It's like few hundred.
Right.
Let's say 500 lah. How many ART?
Mm.
Vast majority ART. Over
Yeah.
90%.
Yeah.
And then they are claiming that, the dominant strain is XBB, is XX
Now
or
lah.
what.
Now it's XBB.
How did you even come to that conclusion?
Mm.
Because most of them were ART positive,
Mm.
right? ART kids, you can just take it at home. You show positive, and you can just say that, positive, I'm going to stay at home.
How many?
No
How
need
many?
MC already what?
Yeah. How many of them actually try it out until they get positive so that they can just?
Stay at home.
Stay home for
3
7
days
days.
MC just like that. No need to go see doctor also.
Is it 3 or 7 days now?
3.
No, it's 3 days.
3 minimum.
Minimum.
3 at minimum. So on the 3rd day you test again. If it shows positive, right, until 7.
Right.
So that you don't even need to go and see a doctor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. If it's me and I really don't want to go to work, I'll do whatever I can to make sure I get positive.
Exactly.
Right. You know.
It's like one of those last time eat toothpaste just to get fever. Yeah. So now you test your nose like we were saying on the Patreon ones. I will test test the ass,
Yeah.
then the mouth, and then the nose.
Yeah.
One's
Yeah.
bound to have the
Because
other
another
line.
friend of mine said the same thing. When he was in London, he was feeling a little bit like sick lah.
Yeah.
So he did the test, and it was via the nose. It was negative, and then his wife told him,
To the throat.
swab the throat.
Mm.
Then he swabbed the throat, positive,
Right.
right? And then he showed the positive one to his workplace,
Mm.
and then they said, okay, stay at home, everything.
Yeah.
Then when he spoke to another friend, his wife's friend who's a doctor,
Yeah.
she was like, never swab your throat.
Right.
It's not meant for the throat.
Yeah.
It's only meant for your nasal passage.
Yeah. Because your
Then-
throat with all the bacteria and all that. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your throat, it's natural to have all the bacteria and everything inside.
Mm.
So and she was like, we really don't know what sets off the ART kit,
Mm.
right? We genuinely don't know what sets it off, right? So she was like, never use your throat as a testing ground.
Especially after you tested your
Your
butt.
anus, yeah.
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 Even though logic
Or
tells you
if
that
you
that's
ate
wrong.
someone else's anus,
Yeah. So yeah.
Well.
try to avoid it.
Depends. The ass is clean.
Yeah. But I think eating ass is one of the best ways of avoiding almost every illness lah.
You build
Because
your
you're challenging your body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're strengthening your immune system.
Yeah, but there's no such thing called the immune system as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a holistic thing, right?
Yes, it's a holistic thing.
Yeah, yeah,
If your body is working, it's working.
yeah. So that means I can.
There are no there's no ambulance within your body.
Yeah.
Like, this place injured. I gonna go.
Sean, drop your pants. I'm gonna eat your ass now.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty fit.
Wow, revelations from thing. Everything we've learned in school is wrong. Biology, no white blood cells.
No, there is white blood cells.
There is white blood
I'm
cells.
just
Yeah,
saying
yeah, there is, yeah.
nothing lah. So no, I'm challenging that as well. In fact, the red
Yeah.
color thing that comes out of my body when I cut myself, that's not blood.
Oh, but yeah,
That's-
but you see that like what he said, like
Yeah.
everything we learn in school, right? Like
Yeah.
it's getting challenged, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the military nurse said
Mm.
when they questioned one of the young doctors.
Mm.
Like, why are you guys doing this?
Mm.
You shouldn't be doing it. Right? The person is perfectly normal. Like, admitted COVID positive on the test, but perfectly normal. Why are you like putting them on a ventilator?
Mm.
And the reply, right, is
$39,000.
this was our instruction. We have been asked to do this.
Yeah, that's the
This
protocol,
is
right?
the protocol.
Yeah.
We are following the protocol.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And the nurses, right, were saying that, yeah, we did not study as much as these people,
Yeah.
but we are using logic.
Right.
The person is not ill. Let's not treat the person as if the person is ill.
Yeah. And further cause damage to their lungs.
They died.
Yeah. To the respiratory system. Oh
Who
well.
else?
And then the doctors, they are like, oh, what can we do? We followed the protocol.
Maybe the protocol was in place so that person would die.
Yes. So that's the conclusion that people came up with. Like,
It's to kill
putting
people.
healthy people on life support, on ventilators,
But very quickly,
kills them.
the ventilators thing died off.
Died off.
Yeah, very
Fucking, they
quickly.
were requesting Elon Musk. I think he shut down one of his manufacturing plants to make ventilators. What?
Yeah.
Tesla ventilators. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Very very quickly, right? It died off.
he died off. Yeah. Yeah.
After that, it moved on. Oh, we are finding the cure.
They were working on the vaccine.
Well, I mean, cure. He's in such a rush to leave the planet. That already tells you something's up.
Yeah.
He's not going to leave them anywhere, lah.
Right?
Fucking him, Bezos, and all. They're not going to leave anywhere.
Or they want
But,
to shoot some of us up into space.
Space tourism is going to be a thing, and they're going to make money from it. Definitely from rich billionaires.
Yeah.
What tourism have they done so far? Fucking Bezos just went up and then
Yeah.
came back down.
In the
Space
boat-
tourism over Ukraine and Russia to be like, see how much of Ukraine is still there.
Yeah.
We need Russia to take more.
Fucking Zelensky, right? Now
Yeah.
people have been they are trolling the fuck out of the fella.
He said something like, we'll not negotiate with Russia or some shit, right?
He said that. He said we will not
Yeah.
negotiate. We won't yield
Yeah.
to their advances. We are going to fight back.
Yeah.
And then fucking Russia sent drones and fucking
Destroyed like
destroyed all their
Donetsk or some shit, right?
No, they are like anti-aircraft.
Oh,
like,
shit, really?
Yeah. Fucking totally carpet bomb the
So
drone attack the shit out of it.
he's a dumbass lah, basically, this guy.
He's an
Dude,
actor.
now their own some of the Ukrainian people, they are trolling him. They are like, where's this fella? This fella is not even in our country.
Oh, where is he now?
He's somewhere else and he's like standing in front of a green screen and doing reports.
He's probably in Switzerland lah.
He's somewhere else.
Yeah.
Him and his wife doing fucking Vogue shoots. And he released a video.
During the war,
Yeah. Yeah.
They were on the front cover.
Or Vogue, yeah.
Of Vogue,
in
yeah.
bulletproof vest lah.
No.
Yeah.
In like designer outfits.
in front of like a crumbled building or
Not even
something.
D&G.
So I don't know. It's weird lah. Your country is on fire and then you're doing photo shoot for a magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a fashion magazine. It's a bit weird.
It's apocalypse fashion. Yeah. It's like-
Then he said that our infrastructure all affected. Everything is in ruins, so we need money.
how the hell do you get out?
I
then?
think he has requested for in excess of 35 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was Tucker Carlson made a video.
You don't need money. You need the war to stop.
No. This fella is asking for money. He's like, the world population, like the world governments need to like help us with this.
Yeah.
And Tucker Carlson was like, why? Why? We don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
You guys are the ones who are fighting. You
Yeah.
could have negotiated with Russia.
Yeah.
Russia has been calling you to come to the fucking negotiating table.
You still
Actually,
can't.
that's true. That's what most people are not talking about.
Yes.
Well, Russia aside and Putin has been saying like, let's talk.
Let's
Yeah.
stop this.
And then Zelensky is like, fuck you, no, we want you. Like, okay. They want more you want.
No, Zelensky is like standing with America, right?
Ah.
Yeah.
And then like putting
buddy.
America in front, right?
Go.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you talking? What are you talking?
Yeah.
Hey, my friend here, no, my friend here.
Yeah.
America's
Slowly
like-
as he's just moving
America's
back,
like-
right? Moving
so-
away.
Hey, my friend here.
Yeah.
America's
Then
like,
the friend's like, wait, what the
"Yeah,
fuck
sure,
is
no,
happening?
Sure, I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, limpet, anything, come talk
Yeah.
to me.
Show
Then
it,
from the
show
back
it.
you throw water bottle, right? Just to kick
Yeah.
things off. Throw water bottle, then run away.
Anything you talk to him. Anything you talk to
Then
him.
America's like, hey, we're watching.
Yeah.
you."
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're okay.
Then America's like, wait, you're supposed to be the
and-
pawn in
and
this.
you know what's the worst thing?
Yeah.
Israel, right? Fucking Israel has like put out like multiple statements with
Yeah.
regards to this, right? None of the statements, right, have said that we will support Ukraine.
Really?
Like we will fight with Ukraine.
Right.
Dude,
And-
do you know why? It would come out as completely two-faced for them because they're doing it to Palestine.
That's
They
one.
can't-
That's
they
That's
also
can't-
true,
one.
yeah.
They can't.
Another thing, which is also weird, is that Ukraine has a decent Jewish population as well.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
So like, Israel not saying that we will support our Ukrainian Jewish brothers and sisters, right?
Right.
Is weird.
they know that the Jewish fellas are definitely smart. They're out of the country already. They left.
Zelensky is a Jew. Right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well,
Mila Kunis is a Jew, is a Ukrainian Jew.
Mila Kunis is Ukraine. Oh yeah, Ukrainian
Wait,
blood.
but
right?
Russia accused. I mean, one of Russia's accusation of Ukraine is that it's fallen into nuts.
Yeah.
hands, right?
Yeah.
So
What do you call that? There's an army unit which is made out comprises of
the thing
like
about
Nazi
the thing about
sympathizers.
Israel
right?
not supporting Ukraine could be also meaning that Russia might have some truth in that accusation. That's why Israel is so reluctant, because Israel have Mossad, they have intelligence, they might know something about
something
Ukraine
going on,
that we can't openly because
I think it's highly likely that the Nazi elements within the Ukrainian military were established by the Mossad.
Wow.
Could be. Could be.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Apparently,
that's
I
heavy.
heard Motorola was established in Israel, was established by the state of Israel.
Aren't they a Japanese company?
Yeah.
Oh.
The technology and everything came from Israel.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. But that Nazi group of this is a small right wing group in Ukraine, right?
Apparently, it's not that small. There's one entire unit
Right.
in the Ukrainian military
Of like
which-
skinheads.
like skinheads or like neo-Nazi kind of fellas.
Right. Well, that's not good.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for you when you have Nazis like fighting on your behalf. Well, why don't you just give Donbass? Why don't you just give the city
Donbass.
Donbass, whatever the fuck that is.
Donetsk.
Yeah, just give it to Russia lah. Like, in the words of Tim Dillon, give them something more, and then just end the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to become a year, They started fighting January, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
beginning of this year.
Yeah, like fuck hell. It's been so long.
Yeah. No, and what is Ukraine going to do when Russia just keeps
Bombing them.
bombing or keeps strategically attacking them?
Right. Taking out the air defenses and
Yeah.
all that shit, right?
Yeah. What is going to happen?
Yeah. And also it doesn't help when they are making fun of Russia
Correct.
and calling Putin like an idiot and like, they failed and all that kind of
And
shit.
that was the reason why, like, Tulsi Gabbard has left the Democratic Party.
Oh, okay.
Because she said, I'm not going to remain in a party where our ethos was against war.
Right.
But now we are fucking warmongering. They are the party that is in power and they are actively calling for war.
Right. Biden's administration,
Yes.
Yeah.
They're actively threatening Russia, Putin,
Yeah.
saying that, we won't hesitate if
To
anything.
use nuclear weapons and all that.
Yes.
Technical nukes and all that shit, right?
Correct.
Yeah, you don't have to say this kind of shit though.
Mm.
It doesn't help the situation. It doesn't de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She slammed the Democrats as she was leaving.
So where is
And
she going?
And
where-
rightly so.
She's becoming independent.
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 Yeah.
Mm.
She was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Joe
Yeah.
Rogan Experience.
Yeah.
Oh, she was So she left because she was fed up with all this posturing lah. The whole
Yes.
the nuclear weapon thingies. They're like, we're moving closer, but you so-called Democrats are not saying anything to stop it. Like, what's going on?
On the debates for the Democratic Party, right, for their presidential candidate,
Yeah.
she was the only legit person on that, like, on the stage, on the dais. The rest of them, right, were all like fucking horrible.
Right.
Fucking what? Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Like, they were all sordid characters, right? They were horrible fuckers who
Yeah.
are really, really corrupt. And I wouldn't say that Tulsi Gabbard isn't corrupt. She might be. She might have taken donations from different corporations or whatever.
Yeah. But compared to them, she's the least of
Compared to
which lah.
them, on the face of it,
Yeah.
she seems less corrupt.
The least corrupt among
The
them.
least corrupt
Yeah.
of all those people. And especially Kamala Harris.
Right.
Fucking Auntie Kamala has a fucked up record.
Dude, all
As the
the
Attorney General of I think Los Angeles or California. One of
I think it's California.
California, yeah.
Yeah.
Horrible.
The Indian diaspora in America were like what, jumping up and down when Kamala Harris became vice president, saying like, oh, now we have representative in the White House.
Yeah, I don't want to like collectively paint every Indian in the same way.
Not all,
but it seems to be a prevalent thing within the diaspora, right? They, or even back, like Indians as a whole,
yeah,
we tend to take credit for another person's victory or accomplishments.
Yeah,
by just attaching us
with the race card,
with the race or with the ethnic group.
Yeah,
or, the worst case, the caste.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, my people.
Yeah. I've got a friend who's Indian also. He's like, yeah, it's great and all, but remember that being a stoner, she used to prosecute stoners like, fucking harshly.
Yeah.
And then now when it's made legal, she's not doing anything to get them out of prison.
Dude, Tulsi Gabbard and Joe Rogan spoke about it, right? That she, prisoners who are meant to be released.
Yeah.
She actually did not release them and like made them fight fires.
What?
The wildfires in like LA?
Yeah.
She sent them to go and fight the wildfires.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What do they know about fighting fires?
Nothing.
Here's a pail of water. Throw it at the fire. Hope for the best.
There's a fire. Put it out. I was like, what do we get?
No, nothing. Pail.
Do
we get like a day off? No. You just do this.
No, these are people who are meant to be released.
Yeah.
So instead of being released, right, they were sent to do this thing, and then they went back to prison, and then after that,
technically, you can argue they were released for the day from prison to fight the fire. But at the end of the day, you're like, back in their cell.
Which is a fucking human rights violation, right?
Yeah, that's true. How come no one's bringing this up? No one's talking about this.
That's what Tulsi was saying, that the media was just silent about all of this.
Right.
Then Joe, because she was like, this is not hard to find. She was like, you just need to do the most basic research on her record. Like, what has she done? What has she been questioned for?
Yep.
And you can find it all. Like, it's so easy to find. So, if it's so easy to find, why didn't journalists or media houses speak about this? And then Joe Rogan was like, oh, so do you think that, like, the powers that be or the party, the establishment, like, they already chose her? Then she was like, yeah. Like, if you know people in high places, you held a position that was pretty high up there. Right? California is a massive state. California and New York, right? Like,
California is the breadbasket of America. They produce their produce. It's
depending on what you mean by produce lah. Fruits, yes.
Fruits, vegetables,
yeah. And they have huge amounts of money, tax coming in as well.
And actors.
Tax lah.
You have Silicon Valley. You have
big
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Got big.
Hollywood.
Marvel.
So there's loads of money involved lah in the state, right?
Yeah.
So this lady was the AG of the state.
Right.
So she definitely would have brushed shoulders with like top people lah. Like not only in Hollywood, big tech.
Yeah.
Right. And for sure the powers that be. And they chose her.
Yeah.
She's black, half Indian.
Hindu. First Hindu member of Congress, I think.
Is it?
I think so. Hawaiian state, right? She's from the Hawaiian. Tulsi, right? You're talking about Tulsi, right?
Tulsi Gabbard, yeah.
She's
Wait, Tulsi Gabbard is Hindu?
Yeah. No, Tulsi Gabbard is Hindu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she's from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Whom it's
interesting.
Still under them is still like, I don't know whether officially Hawaii is included in one of their states, right?
Yeah.
Hawaii makes the 50th state, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know whether there's any
51 states, what?
Is it?
50.
No, there are territories, sorry. So 50 states then got territories.
Yeah, like Guam,
yeah.
Puerto
Rico. Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico is a territory?
Territory, yeah.
They have more territories, actually. They have secret bases in South Korea and Japan.
Yeah.
Those are considered territories as well.
So her leaving this party, is it a huge blow to them, or is it one of those things that...
No, it has been publicized, right? So all the right-leaning media outlets are publicizing the fuck out of it. Like Fox. They're like, yeah, well done. Like we have been speaking about this for the longest time. Like she has been there for so long, but you have been out of place. Whatever you try to do, whatever good you try to do, they block it.
Right.
Then
What about the
they called her a Russian spy.
Oh, really? Yeah.
They said that you are colluding with Russians. They said that she's colluding with Bashar al-Assad.
Right.
You are a sympathizer for war criminal. You sympathize with a war criminal.
The moment that she disagrees with their policies,
Yes.
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her argument was like the like fucking sound logic, right? It's like, I don't believe in war. I believe in diplomacy. So I want to have a discussion with the person who I have a conflict with, so that we can hash things out. We can find the most peaceful way to end things.
It seems like the current administration is just going for whichever gets them into the conflict, or whichever gets another country in the conflict, which we can help out.
Yeah, we can get something from it, whether it's resources or
basically funnel more money into our military and help them out and get something back. I mean, until now, like I don't know what's going on with the Nord Stream. Has that been solved yet?
Zelensky is definitely a pawn in this whole game, lah. He's definitely a CIA plan or some shit.
And what was he was previously a stand-up comedian or some shit like that.
He was an actor, dude.
He was an actor.
His TV show is on Netflix.
So
wait, in the TV show he plays the president of Ukraine. Dude, when yeah.
So you can see that this, it's not that straightforward.
Yeah.
And who did he replace? Didn't he replace the guy that was that went into exile? That he got so there was a Russian bad guy,
right?
And there was a coup,
okay,
right? And then they like a US bad guy was put in power,
right?
And then I think after that they had elections or some shit like that, and that's when this Zelensky guy came in,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. It sounds fucking dodgy as fuck, lah. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a whole Soros-led operation,
right?
Because most of the fucking protests and all, they said that it was funded by
George
think
Soros,
tanks which were funded by George Soros, lah. Even Iran.
The whole
The
women rights thing.
The current, like, they said that a female got killed.
Yeah.
Even that whole protesting.
Right.
Yeah. Is it?
So they're jumping on this to kind of overthrow the government, create a coup, create instability, so that they can like plant someone in the government and take control.
I was listening to this historian, this Indian historian lah, and he was talking about, like, he said that, like, while reading through like documents and artifacts and like going through all those historical records, right?
Yep.
He found something really interesting. He said that he asked the person who was interviewing, like, don't you find it interesting that any banking method that shuns interest, can you see that it's not being allowed to prosper?
Right.
So basically he was pointing out that Islamic law, and he's not a Muslim, right, this guy, he was saying that Islamic banking laws they think of getting interest, right, as an evil. That means charging interest is an evil.
Oh, serious?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So if you bank with in a Muslim bank,
that's why in Dubai and all, right, you see cars just being abandoned,
right,
at the airport, like Ferraris and like Lamborghinis and all, right, like, because they get the loan, they get to buy,
right,
and then they just don't settle it, they just leave the country,
right,
so they just abandon the car.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So like the Islamic banking laws, right, are actually like very, it's like centered around like their moral value, their moral codes. So in that, right, they don't give any importance towards like interest,
right,
giving and receiving,
right,
in a certain way. But I found it interesting, so I would have to go and read up on it, because I don't know much about it. Right, I found it very interesting that you mentioned that. He mentioned Rothschilds as well, like how the first bank was started by the Rothschilds, by the family.
But before the Rothschilds, there were banking systems though. But
banking systems, not like a massive bank,
not like a international,
not like an international bank.
Right.
Yeah, and when he spoke about how like what's the fellow name? The fellow who got assassinated, the US president, not JFK, the older one.
Reagan?
No. Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Oh yeah.
Lincoln. So, apparently according to this guy, Lincoln got assassinated the day after he signed the executive order for the establishment of the Secret Service. And the Secret Service, the initial purpose of the Secret Service, right, was to safeguard the Federal Reserve or the Federal Bank or something like that. Right, and was to look into fake currency.
Counterfeits lah.
Counterfeit currency and shit like that.
Right.
So he got assassinated.
Yeah.
And very quickly after he got assassinated, the whole purpose of the Secret Service
became to protect the president.
It got totally flipped.
Right.
The initial purpose was for one thing, and then the actual purpose for what they were being
That's
used
interesting. I didn't know about this actually.
for. Yeah. And during that time, the Rothschilds banks were printing counterfeit US currency to fuck around with the US currency because they wanted to follow their methods. Like they wanted to print it for themselves.
Right.
They were not following what these guys were doing, so the Rothschilds were trying to fuck around with them.
To kind of lower the value, devalue the US currency at the time.
Yes. Because at that point, still the British pound was
the number one, right? Was the trading currency in the world, right?
Yeah. And then my dad's friend said it to me this morning when he came over. He said he was reading this book where in a historical record, right, they said that at one point, right, 1 Indian rupee was $23.
Oh wow.
And this was like in the mid 1900s or early 1900s. Then I was like, that only could have been when they were still part of the colony lah.
Right.
Then he was like, yeah, very well could be. But that is interesting, right? Where 1 Indian rupee was like 20 something USD.
What was it pegged to the pounds, the British pounds?
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see where the value was during that time.
Was in Europe lah.
Was in Europe. It was with Britain because Britain was literally running the world at that point.
Yeah. The I would say the turning point is definitely World War II.
World War II. Yeah.
World War II was a turning point. But actually before that, US had the Spanish Civil War where the US sent the US fleet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Which year was that?
Mid 1800s. Late 1800s, yeah. When they start building up the maritime fleet lah. Yeah, but then everything's scaled up massively during World War II. Then that's where they kind of like step up and say, like, hey, we are the world power here.
Yeah.
Interesting to kind of look through the World War II though. Like I think was it Woodrow Wilson?
Woodrow Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, with what's his face? Churchill.
Yeah. So I think was it Woodrow Wilson first or was it FDR? FDR, right?
Fuck, I'm not sure.
Or was it Woodrow Wilson, FDR, and then after that was who?
FDR was 1945.
Truman. I think after FDR was
it was
Harry
Truman.
Yeah.
FDR was doing Pearl Harbor.
Yes.
Yeah. So 42. Yeah. FDR. Yeah.
Then the fella died.
Yeah.
Then Harry Truman was the one who ordered the
FDR Apollo. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Little boy
and fat boy.
Little man and fat boy. Yeah.
Little man and fat boy. Yeah. Yeah, that was.
What do you think Russia is going to name their nukes though when they fire it into Zelensky's home?
Tsar Bomba.
You're a shit actor.
Tsar Bomba.
Yeah.
Tsar Bomba.
Your TV show sucks.
They already have one. It's called the Tsar Bomba. The one that they tested.
Oh, is it called Tsar Bomba?
No, but I think that was just whatever delivery system they have to show that, hey, we can pump it that far.
I think it was like
Don't fuck around.
I think it was 56 tons.
Where did they fire it off at?
Some random island.
No, I don't think they fired the fucking warhead lah.
They dropped it. They
exploded it?
A Tsar Bomba. The biggest ever nuclear weapon
but
ever.
Definitely
when
not
was
the
this?
actual payload, right?
The actual payload.
Huh? When was this?
No, they did the testing. The Tsar Bomba is the biggest ever nuclear weapon exploded.
Oh, Tsar, yeah.
The Tsar
After World War
Bomba,
II.
yes.
After World War II, right?
After World War II.
Yeah,
No,
Tsar.
not as in it wasn't used on
Yeah, they tested it on the island. Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
It
Tsar
was bigger
Bomba.
than the Hiroshima
It
and
was
Nagasaki.
much bigger. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
300.
Hiroshima
3,000.
Nagasaki was not a nuclear weapon, what?
It was an atomic weapon.
Yeah.
Atomic weapon, yeah,
it
that's
was
true.
a hydrogen bomb.
That was the inspiration for Godzilla. This Tsar bomb, whatever shit. This is. that was the inspiration for Godzilla, that the radiation caused
the
you know.
blast shield of the Tsar bomber is 50 to 58 megatons of TNT, and I think Fat Boy is only 13.
Right.
18 or 4 together.
Someone dropped it on Zelensky's head lah. Yeah.
And then
Sorry.
No, just
you can't even witness the vaporization of
no,
the
no,
first
no,
body.
no. It's no, don't drop it arm. Just drop the load on him,
Yeah.
so he gets crushed.
No, the thing is that the fat man, little boy,
Yeah.
added together, I think it's only 30 kiloton.
Right.
The Tsar bomber is 50 to 58 megatons.
Feels like.
So it's 3,300 something times.
Is it heavier than my weight of 80 kilos?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't feel so fat now.
It makes you feel less fat.
I hope they with everything that's increasing with GST and fucking inflation. I hope the war sorts itself out lah.
Well, I mean the thing
So
is
someone nuke someone and then just end this shit.
they
and,
exploded
you know.
the bomb, but
Yeah.
the war didn't end. So we can take more than 50 megatons.
No, but then where did they explode it?
Some
Did they
ra-
explode it in like some bunker?
Some random
Some island,
island.
some
Ah,
uninhabited
I-
island. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some random island.
But
somewhere.
I don't think
That's
they will,
where Godzilla
I don't think
is,
they will
lah.
waste the payload lah.
Right.
I don't think they would have wasted much
Mm.
uranium or radium or whatever.
Uranium. Maybe they didn't use and they just replicated like the 50
Ah.
plus thousand megatons. Maybe they put that much TNT into the bomb. It was huge. And
Yeah.
America's biggest one now is 1.3 megatons, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
Inactive. They got 600 active 1.3 megaton nuclear bombs that can take out specific targets.
That is million tons.
Yeah, megatons. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of their nuclear silos are like fucking old, and they need to
They have to
be
worry about.
renovated and
They have to worry about when they want to launch it. Right, the door don't open. I should have WD-40 that.
WD-40.
WD-40 that one. It's like-
because they cut down on their spending for nuclear weapons, right? So a lot of these like areas
No,
they
they
actually
said
need
they did.
like
They say they did. A
they
lot of
said
people
they
said
did
they
lah.
did.
Yeah.
Ever since the disarmament, they had this one disarmament
Nuclear non-proliferation treaty.
treaty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've said that those people who in those treaty are the ones that are
the ones making
like-
nuclear
like-
weapons.
not making, maybe not outwardly making it, but they're not doing it lah.
Yeah, but
No, they are not disarming themselves.
They
They
basi-
should be.
Basically,
Right.
they used it so no one else can arm themselves.
Yes.
So that's what they did. They just came up with it so you can't arm yourself, but I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
my
but
bombs.
the fucked up thing is that after that they tell, hey, India signed the thing.
yeah,
Then India's
Hey,
like,
Pakistan, India, Pakistan. No, we need to test.
yeah. Hey, but there's no reason. Not say no reason, but it's a depreciating asset because you don't use it. If you have like so many nukes, but you don't use it, they're just sitting
That's
there,
right. That's right.
rotting away, and it's
yeah.
like what the fuck.
And to dispose of it is also quite difficult.
Yeah, why don't you? Yeah, I don't know. But I guess that technology now is being used for like
But-
nuclear submarines
But you
and
do
like aircraft
understand
carriers.
how it came to like how it seems now, right? The whole nuclear non-proliferation act.
Proliferation.
Proliferate
Treaty.
whatever, the treaty.
Yep.
You know how weird it is? Just seems like the three biggest bullies in the world came together and said like none of you can have something that
Yeah.
so we're gonna remain the bullies.
Oh, but we guarantee. We
Yeah,
promise
we
that
promise
we
you're
will
not gonna
get
make
rid of it.
anymore. And then I said,
Yeah.
oh, what about the ones you already have now?
We'll
Oh,
get it. We'll get it. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
How do we know? Just trust us. Don't
Just
worry.
trust us. Are
Yeah.
you gonna get rid of them? Oh, sure.
Don't
sure.
worry. We got timetable. We got
We're
timetable.
gonna,
Yeah.
we're gonna because it's so difficult
You
to get
come and
rid
ask
of.
back after 15 years.
Yes.
It
Then
might be
after-
15, it might be 20, it might 200 years. Don't worry.
So
Don't worry.
I can't
Yeah.
have any.
But we will get
But
it.
you
done.
can keep yours. How about you give me some of yours? No, but then we were giving you. Cannot. No, we're
Yeah.
gonna get rid of ours. Trust us. But you don't make any of yours.
Why is there a vault in your room? Oh, the one. Don't worry about the vault.
What about those over
There
there?
are no more nuclear weapons. No, it's okay.
Why do you have submarines that can carry the weapons near my shores? I don't know.
Why do I see the warning sign for the nuclear warning sign? Why do I see it pasted everywhere?
Yeah, already built. What can we
It's
do?
okay lah.
Design.
Yeah,
It's okay.
already built. What can we do?
Fashion,
And
fashion.
15 years later, it seems like you have more, and your delivery system are a little bit more
You
advanced.
know why not?
Yeah.
Conditions good, they multiply.
And then
If there's one country they want to see nuke, which country will it be?
one country I want to see nuked.
Yeah, nuked.
One country that should be nuked.
Should be nuked.
Uh,
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
None.
Actually, none.
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 I don't want to see a country being nuked,
Yeah.
Right.
but a group of people, yes.
Group of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will answer that question in a different way. if the nukes were launched,
Yeah.
if like it's inevitable and the nukes were being launched, what country would I hope gets hit dead center? Us.
Us.
Yes.
But we won't be here lah.
No, we will be here.
We will be here.
As in here. Because I'd rather be in dead center so we just vaporize. Then
Right.
we don't have to stay behind and suffer through the fallout.
But how about not choosing us so that we don't die?
No, because you see, wherever it hits, right, it's going to affect us in some way. We're going to have to suffer. So just
Right.
whack us, vaporize
I get what
us,
you mean.
and then, not have to go through with the fallout.
Yeah.
If it comes to that, like, they're going to launch everything, everybody's going to... I'd rather everyone else have to suffer through to surviving,
Yeah.
and then just let us go wherever we need to go. Or it become dust. Become the radiation that kills the rest of them.
What's the most boring place? Well, definitely I don't want like Bangkok, to be hit because
The Gobi
Bangkok's a
Desert,
fun
no?
city.
The Gobi Desert.
What about Iceland? Iceland could.
It's a fun city.
I wouldn't mind losing Iceland.
Yeah, nothing
Canada, I wouldn't mind losing right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No,
That's true.
I mean, the
Right in Trudeau's
the
house.
most redundant place to bomb would be any of the deserts.
And then
lah.
the fucking the radiation just flowing down stream, then it slowly affects America as well.
No,
Yeah.
they have rabbit bears.
That'll be good.
Like all the grizzly bears from
Grizzly
Canada,
fucking
they'll start to mutate.
Yeah.
They come down.
Yeah.
fucking the mooses.
The mooses. Especially
Yeah,
the
yeah,
moose.
yeah.
They think the bears are the most dangerous. In fact, the mooses will start killing the bears.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you'll be like, holy shit.
Franken moose.
That moose is goring
Yeah.
on a grizzly.
Yeah.
I hope it hits Montreal because they fucking speak French in the English-speaking
Yeah.
country, and they think that they are big
former,
fucks.
oh no, but Quebec used to be a French province. What?
Hit them first.
Yeah, hit them.
Yeah, hit them
Wow.
first. Yeah.
You guys
Hit the French.
want to hit, so
Hit the
I'll
French.
stick with mine. If there's gonna be a nuclear war, I just hope they hit us, so that we don't have to,
Right. But if
Do-
it hits Quebec, it's not going to touch us. What? It's so far away. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one lives there anymore. There are like 20 people in Quebec.
No, I'm just hoping that China just just put us out of the middle.
China.
Yeah, destabilize the whole of ASEAN.
China
just
could take one city. China could take one city off and be like, I think we still have too many people.
Oh.
Nuke
No,
the
I'm
other
not-
second city.
I'm
Nuke the
not
second city.
saying China should get nuked. I'm saying that if
Right.
it were to happen.
If we were nuked,
Mm.
China will be affected.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
true.
why I'm hoping, like if they choose to, I'd probably be in maybe.
But
like,
why would anyone nuke us?
to destabilize
Oh,
the entire thing?
I want Johor so that at least we can go in and take over the land. But then I realized that the it's going to be filled with radiation and we
That's
can do
why
nothing about it.
I don't want to have to deal with the fallout.
Yeah.
No, that's why. Why would anyone in the first place want to nuke this part of the world? There's nothing for them to nuke here,
The
Yeah.
problem is that if they
especially for countries with nukes.
That's true.
If they nuke each
We
other,
are so far.
Yeah.
The only countries that are surrounding us that have nukes, China,
The only ones who
India,
want,
Pakistan.
The only ones who want to nuke Singapore.
Pakistan is not going to nuke anyone.
No. Yeah.
They have more issues. They might have a fucking meltdown soon.
So
India is not going to touch anyone.
Maybe I'll change my target.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Gobi Desert and all the deserts in the world.
You
are
just
it's the
yeah.
worst place to nuke, correct?
Yeah.
I suggest we put all the eco activists in the desert and then
Right.
nuke it
And then nuke them.
because they hate it so
Yeah.
much, right? But that's like
I wouldn't nuke them for the simple reason that you mentioned early on, that it would get rid of them immediately. I want them to suffer.
So after you nuke, you throw them there, force them to live in a radiation
In a barren,
desert.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, or better yet, give them what they want. Have them left behind and nuke the rest of us, and then let them, eco.
No,
survive.
then they win. I want to watch them
How
suffer.
will they win?
I want to watch them
They
suffer.
won't.
No, because
Suffer.
then now they're going to live in a world where they can shape the world in their own view.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
you don't want that.
I don't want
Oh,
that.
But
Okay.
watch it. But
We watch it burn.
they watch it burn and see the world destroyed. The
Yeah.
pain that they must have felt would bring joy to Sean's
Something
heart.
like that.
But the thing is, you're not around to
You're
enjoy
not
it.
around to, yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
wouldn't realize it.
That's-
We have to see it.
That's
We have to
true
see it.
That's true. We have
You
to
know,
see
how am I
it.
going to jerk off?
Yeah, if I'm not going to experience it, then
Yeah.
Okay, so how about this? I go and then you guys record and then I burn it to me as offering. Just like
You know what's
just to
Yeah.
like
You know what's the best punishment?
What?
Bring all the eco activists to Yishun.
oh
yeah.
Let them walk the streets of Yishun. One of them
Oh.
might get stabbed. You know.
oh they
Yeah.
be changed. They be changed people.
Yeah.
They'd come in. They'll take
Sadly, the 19-year-old kid might go to the gallows. If he comes out, then we invite them to Yishun.
maybe.
Yeah.
Or, no, if we invited them here, they tomato the Malayan.
Yeah. No. Put them in the room, right, with the kid. Put all the eco activists in the room with the kid. Give the kid a knife. Give the activists cans of tomato soup.
Yeah.
And like, go at it.
stop him.
Best person wins.
Yeah,
As they
stop him.
throw the can, right, he just pulls out the knife. Then the can just goes through the
I mean, we're raising this out because of the current protests that they're carrying out all over the world. That so-called I keep saying terrorists.
terrorists, they are.
They are terrorists.
Eco activists and so-called vegan people.
Yeah.
I saw 2 videos of it lah. One is the activists splashing a Van Gogh painting with a can of tomato
Tomato soup.
and
Yeah.
then
Heinz.
super gluing their hands
Yeah.
to
The wall right below the.
in protest. Over what? We're not too sure. Because she said a lot of mumbo jumbo about how she's against
It said just stop oil.
just stop oil. And she
Yeah.
was like saying she actually even took the can of tomato and said like, you know, there are some countries that can't even have
There are
fuel.
people.
There are people that can't even heat up this can of tomato or can of
No, she said that there are people who can't afford food
can't afford food.
while
and then,
holding on
and
to
then
a
she
can.
just wasted a can
Yeah.
of tomatoes, and she's saying that there are people, and it's like, if you could watch yourself, you'd be like, that's where your thinking is wrong. You
Yeah.
just wasted food to protest against people
Wasting
not
food.
having food.
Yeah, people not having food.
You
Yeah.
wasted the food that some
Yeah.
people don't even have.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
who you are. That's
yeah.
that's
And
where
I think
you-
they're in the UK, right? They're
Yes.
English, yeah.
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 Right.
Hopefully, I'm very sad that no one took out a knife and then start like, you know, or glass bottle and then start
It
glassing
might
them.
have been in the wrong suburbs of London, lah. If that was in North London, I think
That is in the rich part of
then
No.
we could have used the line. Fuck yeah, there's a knife fight out
there's a
there.
knife fight out
but
there.
they just should have let the
Live in a big
they
city.
should
Yeah.
have let the super glue settle.
Mm.
Right, then the hand is stuck. Yeah, yeah.
No,
No.
but then the gallery would have to like repaint it and everything.
Well, they have to clean it anyways. Just let the glue settle and like what was your-
Cleaning it is one.
No, that's the thing.
Chiseling the lady's hand out of
Yeah,
from the wall,
That's the thing. You just
damaging the wall, paint. You need to repaint and everything. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking for the gallery,
That's true. Not for the
not
person.
not for the
you forget.
cunts.
You forget. Art is abstract.
Oh, that
when
could be art.
they pull it out, they can they can just frame the bottom part right in front of the Van Gogh painting,
Yeah.
and that they could call that the
No,
art of protest.
See,
Right.
you see, you are thinking it in that way.
Yeah.
I am thinking in another way. I actually want them to remove their hands from the wall while the glue is still wet
Why?
and stick it straight onto their face.
Oh,
Yeah.
Push it and mush it and hold it there so that their hands will be.
It's easy.
So that they can't breathe when they die.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I actually I want the hands to solidify on the wall, and then you chop the hands off, and you leave the hand on the wall, and
Abstract,
then put a sign that says, "Don't touch the painting."
Yeah.
Like consequences.
Warning: Do not
Yeah,
touch the
just
painting.
put
Yeah.
consequence. No,
Yeah.
for me is the other thing is like to have it stuck, then go there and interview them a day later and like, what was your plan now? No, was this way you thought it was going? No, it was like you'd be like.
I was surprised none of them got tasered though by the security.
No,
Oh, but the video cuts off what?
Oh,
Like
Yeah.
we don't know what
So-
happened.
we can only hope. We can
Yeah.
hope and wish.
So you can't deny access to anyone going to the museum. So
Yeah.
anyone can go in. So this
Yeah,
is like
it
the
said that it was
easiest.
a national gallery,
Yes.
so we have
So
to
this is
find
like
out.
the easiest place for them to, infiltrate.
Yeah.
And whatever they did was of no harm to themselves. The gluing of themselves to the wall, as you can see, they didn't really expect it to go very far. They know they will be taken care of.
And it's
Because
also
if they're
weird.
not,
Yeah. Have they? Do they know have they done the research about Van Gogh and his life and
they
the life
don't
that he
care
led?
about that. In fact, they were hoping
it's
that
weird.
someone would like hit them or what,
Yeah.
so they can say that it's abuse or like I was
Right.
attacked.
Yeah.
They want stuff like that to happen, but they're
Yeah.
not going to willingly do it to themselves. So
Yeah.
they're not going to starve themselves
It's,
or anything.
yeah,
They
it's funny when they talk about like against like consumerism and materialism and all that, and then Van Gogh died like a pauper.
Yeah.
they,
It's like, what?
they didn't
It
care.
doesn't even make sense.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? We can go question them whether they know
Yeah.
even what painting they're
Maybe they don't.
Maybe
Maybe
they
they just pick like this one not nice lah.
Yeah.
Let's use this one.
Like I told him at the beginning, maybe they heard that this was an oil painting,
Oh.
and they were like, "Oh, oil!
Oh, Petro.
Petrol! Oh, oil palm!" Then use byproducts of oil on their hands to stick it on the
Yeah.
wall. It's smart.
No, but the entire like reason for their protest, right,
Yeah.
just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It had zero logic.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, oh, people are living in the cold then fucking use the fucking fuel
to heat up the
to
house.
heat up the house or
Yeah.
fucking charge up the coal fire plants.
Maybe they were saying it was too expensive lah. It's too expensive lah.
Yeah, but why is it too expensive?
Yeah.
No, exactly. You see, instead of going the whole round of trying to get us, just give us like, you should have started off with what you want. What was the whole purpose, and then go into that, you know, the backstory. You went to the backstory, and you probably didn't. Even know what
You're
you
expecting them to come in with a PowerPoint presentation, like, ladies and
No,
gentlemen,
not
here's
even
my
power.
here's how to make the world a better place.
Why not do that? No, that would be appreciated. I would have rather prefer
But
you do that.
you see, you're expecting too much from people who have no substance.
Yeah.
These people have no real solutions.
Yeah.
What requests are they actually making? Do
None.
what? Just stop oil? What is just stop oil? What does that even mean? So do you, by stopping the production of oil and the usage of oil for multiple purposes, the fucking, you mentioned earlier, the glue is made out of a byproduct of fucking most likely petroleum or something, right? Some hydrocarbon,
Yeah.
right? So do you want the entire world to just stop
And then go where?
using
Yeah.
something which has been really beneficial,
And then go where? Like,
and then go where? What are the
want-
alternatives,
You
right?
want natural gas? Who provides the most natural gas? You want do you want nuclear? Oh, we don't want nuclear.
We don't want nuclear.
We don't want
Yeah.
nuclear. So the nuclear energy is one of the cleanest energies we've found
Right.
so far.
And you see, right, you are talking like people talking about like nuclear or like wind farms, solar energy and all this kind of shit, right? Most of them are first world countries.
Yeah.
What about the third world?
The
What
ones you're
about the
talking about-
developing world?
Yeah, the ones you're talking about, the very
They
people you're
need
saying.
petrol, yeah.
You think they can set up
Yes.
a wind farm? You think they can set up
Yeah,
nuclear
they
things?
have not reached the same economic prowess that your country has reached,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So they need all these. They need coal. They need fucking diesel, petrol, and all these kind of things for their day-to-day lives,
Yet you're telling them to stop.
To
and
stop.
not.
Yeah.
right?
And what's your?
So
how do
you don't
propose
want them
help
to be alive, or you don't want them to be living a decent life,
Yeah.
just because you have some paranoid thoughts, thinking that the world might end.
Maybe you read a pamphlet
And
somewhere.
the pamphlet, right? And it's not based on facts. When it's not based on facts, you just have fear, and you're going by fear.
Yeah. They are right, lah. The world is going to end, but it's their world, not ours.
It's not ours.
Yeah, it's their world should end.
Because they are living in like a constant state of fear.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to save this. We need to save that. You can't even save yourself.
Yeah.
You're gonna get arrested. You're gonna be incarcerated for sure. Then what the fuck are you gonna save?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
At least save yourself some dignity and get your hair dyed back.
the dad should have saved his cum.
Yeah.
And then just come on his wife's tits and be like, I'm good.
or in the
time
ass.
for bed.
Or in the ass.
Or in the ass. And yeah, time for bed.
Because that is where that fucking sperm belongs, in the shitter.
Slap the woman a bit and say, make me a sandwich and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
While I take a nap.
That's one. And the other video is of the vegan protesters.
Yeah.
They're
I
from
mean,
animal rebellion.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one fucking London, right?
Yeah,
It's
so
been
they-
like a hotbed for that.
Yeah.
yeah.
So they came in and
Oh,
poured.
not Animal Rebellion, Extinction Rebellion.
Right. Okay.
I don't know what they poured. They poured dairy products on other dairy
Oh,
products.
yes. Milk on the cheese. Fucking.
So
That-
why they wasting food? I don't understand.
They're
So by wasting food, they're protesting against.
or maybe that's vegan milk. Like that's almond milk. I'm not sure what
Oh, it
kind of
tastes
milk.
like
lah.
Was it? Yeah.
It tastes like
Because
shit.
it'd be kind
No,
of
like Indian. Oh, okay. Like Indian almond milk, right, is different.
Right.
You know why?
Why?
Because they blend almonds into fresh cow's milk
Ah, okay.
with fucking a little bit of cardamom and saffron, and sometimes they add sugar,
Right.
depending on how sweet you want it, and it's fucking fantastic
Right.
because it's like fresh almonds, some crushed in, some still like in bits, and that is fucking fantastic. Not the almond milk, the white people's almond milk. I don't know. lah. It's
the funny thing they were allowed to just walk out. They were
Yeah.
just allowed to
Yeah.
walk out.
But hopefully, with all the videos and everything, they should be prosecuted.
I
lah.
think they
but
will be
The thing
eventually.
is that
lah.
why were they even allowed to? That
No,
was
the
security.
store. Yeah, I don't know where the security
They
went,
should have held them.
but nowadays supermarkets, do they have security?
I had more security, I'm guessing.
But a lot of them
Should
are like
help
maybe
them.
retirees. They don't want to get involved. You know,
Yeah.
they're old. It's like, fuck
And we
lah.
don't know what the supermarket's policy is. It's like, y'all don't do anything. We
Yeah.
will...
Yeah, we got cameras all around.
Yeah, we
you
got
know.
cameras all
Yeah.
around. We will eventually...
My question is, did they even pay for the milk? Or did they just
I
go...
doubt so.
Did they go to the milk section, take all
Yeah.
the milk and pour it on the dairy?
Yeah.
Because then that's stealing.
And
That's
the
true.
and the products that they poured it on top of, right, are the expensive dairy products.
Cheese.
I would respect
There
them.
was a whole wheel
Yeah.
of parmesan.
Yeah. I would respect them more if they actually went up the cash and like, yeah, sorry for the product. Yeah, how much is it?
Ah.
200
Yeah.
bucks. Yeah.
If they paid for it, if they paid for the milk,
They
came
pay-
back
That
and poured
wheel of
it.
cheese definitely should be above $200. I estimating that it should be close to $1,000.
Wow.
That's
Huge.
It looked like a wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano, right?
Yeah.
And that is fucking expensive as fuck.
Right. Is it the hard one or the chewy one?
I have no idea.
It's hard.
Just
Hard.
I like, then
smells
you know
like
they
cheese.
grate it.
Right.
Parmesan.
I like blue cheese
Wait, but how does
because it's chewy
how
and
does-
soft.
Ah.
I
how
like
does
that.
milk ruin it?
I don't know.
I think I'd still be able to eat it with milk poured on it.
No, you can still clean it off, like you can wipe it off because if it's still the whole wheel.
And someone
Yeah.
commented that
Yeah.
some poor minimum income person
has to clean
is
the
going to
entire
clean
thing.
all that
Yeah.
due to your middle income breadiness.
Yeah.
It's like that's the sign. That's the only sign where any of us is getting from your protests.
Yeah.
Oh,
That you're-
but there was one intelligent protest that I saw
What?
was people shouting at AOC when she had like a town hall meeting shit at, I think it was at some university auditorium or some shit where
Right.
she barely or it was like in her constituency or something like that,
Right.
and people barely turned up.
Wow.
So but there were a few people who turned up, and there was one white guy who stood up and started shouting at her,
right.
saying that, you know, you ran as like a peaceful person, anti-war, like anti this, anti that, like anti-racism, all this shit. But now you are silent on war,
Right.
while your president, your party is fucking hitting the drums for war,
Yeah.
the drums of war, and you are just silent about it. You're not saying shit.
Mm.
And then people were like, get out, like, you know, telling him. And then another guy, I think he might be a Hispanic guy or
Yeah.
black guy, he stood up and said that whatever that guy just said is damn true. Then he started like giving examples of what she ran on and everything, right? And he was like, just answer yes or no. She didn't want to answer.
Wow.
A lot of them.
Wow,
a
it's
lot of
like-
them. A lot of them are taught to do that.
Yeah.
What you can avoid,
Right.
dodge.
What's the position now? She's in the
Zero. She's just quiet lah.
no. As in the what position is she holding?
She's a
for?
congresswoman, but I think she's in couple of like a few committees. Yeah, so they were like, I think she's part of like the green. She was the one who came out with the Green New Deal
Oh yeah,
thing, but that didn't pass at all, But
right.
I don't know what else she's doing now, Literally, she's doing nothing.
Right.
And I saw another thing about her is that, you know, she was all for immigration,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she
like detention. She didn't want people to be in immigration detention.
Yep.
She was saying that, Trump is splitting families, all this kind of shit,
Yep.
right? Then one mayor in New York said that I think we have to build tent cities
Right.
to house immigrants, right? She said no, because it's in my area. Like, I live here. I don't want I don't want these people in the back, yeah?
Yeah, you know, you can say everything that you want, but when the rubber hits the road, when it affects you personally, like, no.
Yeah.
Get out of my house. Yeah, get out of my house. Yeah.
So
You-
that's the same level of hypocrisy with
Yeah.
with all these like vegan,
Yeah.
eco warriors and all, right? These fucks are all doing it just out like based on emotion. It's like, I want to save the earth. I want to do this.
Yeah.
What is it based on? Where did you?
So what's your plan? What's your alternative? No, so that we don't die.
Yeah.
You know, then
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Good story.
What's that fucking retard? Greta Thunberg,
Yeah.
right? Same thing. What solutions do you have? Why are you asking a kid for solution?
Yeah.
You guys are the ones who are propping up the kid
Yeah.
as if the kid is the savior. The kid did nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't even know where she is.
Shall we do it? Shall we call it?
we should do it.
Yeah. Or All hail the nuclearization of Greta Thunberg.
All hail the new flesh.
All right, we come to the end of our podcast. Thank you for listening. Catch us on every weekend, where our episodes be uploaded. Check out patreon.com/lots-of-lobang.
I may be moving to the Gobi Desert.
We might, to escape the nuclear holocaust.
Yes.
And so, you know what's a good thing? Even then, there's no COVID. Thank you very much.
Ciao.